Здравствуйте, Дупсeng. Рад вас видеть. Рад вас видеть. Рад вас видеть снова. Это наша вторая встреча, и надеюсь, что она будет не последняя, и мы еще работаем с вами в плане оздоровления населения посредством различных восточных медиативных техник, и не только их. Вот. Наш фонд работает в основном с лицами.
Good afternoon. I'm very happy to see you today, and we are very happy to have such a fruitful cooperation with you in terms of this meditation and how this meditation can make better health of people.
Вот. Наш фонд работает в основном с лицами старшего пожилого возраста, реализует для них различные физкультурно-оздоровительные программы, и тибетская дыхательная гимнастика является одной из составных частей этих программ.
Mostly our fund works with people, with senior people of older age, and we want to benefit their health, and Tibetan breathing yoga is one of the techniques that can help us on this way.
Ну а затем приступаем. Да, ну, настоящая конференция, она была проведена за счет средств президентского гранта президента России.
This course is being financed by the grant of President of Russia.
Вот, ну и надеюсь, что она не будет у нас последней. А затем приступим к работе.
And I hope it is not our last course. So let's move on and let's start this interesting journey.
Okay, very good.
Я хочу сказать еще пару слов о чисто организационных моментах.
I would like to just give some details regarding organizational moments.
Главные получатели этих знаний у нас в приоритете являются тренера оздоровительной физкультуры, часть которых сегодня присутствует здесь, часть находится дома и смотрит онлайн. И мы благодарим фонд Тайманова за возможность присоединиться к большому количеству людей, которые заинтересованы в этих знаниях, а также получить сертификаты. И очень важно, что у нас будут тренировочные занятия, которые будут проходить по вторникам. И на этих занятиях можно будет задать вопросы, которые мы сможем передать вам, Ринпоче, и таким образом сэкономить ваше драгоценное время, которое мы имеем сегодня. Спасибо.
I would love to say that the majority of participants are trainers for health improving methods. Some of them are present here, some of them are online. And after this course, there is a chance to get a certificate and further to move on with these programs. And also I want to say that we will have some classes on Tuesdays. On Tuesdays, we will do it by ourselves. So we will collect questions if there are, and it will help us to save your precious time, Rinpoche. So we will be able to ask you the questions during these online sessions on Sundays.
Okay. Good. Thank you. So, I'm very happy that we could have this course without interruptions from the traveling. So since you requested this course, so I thought this is also very, very beneficial for our students who are practicing the 3 achievements programs, because these course would help immensely for the Naro Yoga, which is in our 3 achievements programs, connected. And once you go through this course, it will ease very, very much for the later Naro Yoga course on the training and the practice, which is, all of you know, the most precious and the most important practice for the yogi or for the practitioners in Tibetan Buddhism. So now, talking about this course, normally what we call is Tulkor. Tulkor is like a, how to say, it's a movement of body, movement of speech, vital energy, and so that correspond to the yoga, or now Hatha yoga, Yantra yoga, all sort of like yogas. The key factor of this is to help our body, the coarse level and the gross level body, into the subtle and subtler level of the body. When these are functioning well, then this will help to the, how to say, the energy, all sort of energies, all sort of the winds, ears, energies, that those are very important in our life. All sort of the emotions, all sort of like the good and bad thoughts, good and bad speech, good and bad actions are somehow influenced by these, body, speech, mind, or energies, or the channels, and then the chakras, and all these are very much, depends on these things. So therefore, it is very, very important practice, both in a spiritual life and ordinary also, those who want simply a good health also. The yoga itself, if you look at the yoga itself, some part of yogas are in a practice of breathing, and some are in a physical, So what we do normally, the yoga that we find in a Buddha's teaching, later on comment. There are lots of commentaries, like treatises, like these. You find different kind of yogas, and so these are equivalent to the Hatha yogas in Buddhist traditions, and so the just a name is, and the style is little different, to each of the different name of the yogas, such as Hatha yogas, Yantra yogas, so on. But the aim is same, yes, and the benefit is almost same, yes. And so if you look at the Buddhist focuses on these yogas, conjunction with the highest tantra, yes, highest tantra, such as tantras, we have Kriya Tantra, Yoga Tantra, Antara, Kriya Charya Yoga, Antara Yoga. So these normally is correspond to the Antara Yoga Tantras, the Buddhist yoga that will help us to, really discover the original or the reality of ourselves. Yes. So that is important, very, very important in a Buddhist practice, such as the Antara Yoga Tantras. And then together with this, the very first this or yoga, if you look at the background of yoga, there were many. If you do little research, while I was teaching a yoga in 3 months retreat, so I did several research in the yogas, and so I find that somehow the very early yoga that we find in a different kind of teachings about the place in Oriyana, where Guru Rinpoche, Guru Padmasambhava was born. Guru Rinpoche or Guru Padmasambhava was born, Oriyana. Now some says northeast of Afghanistan and Pakistan, between somewhere there. Some say it's still in Pakistan, the Swat Valley. Some says between the Pakistan and Afghanistan. However, where Guru Rinpoche was born, that sort of like place, the kingdom where you find as a lot of yoga places, that you find, or Indian Hatha Yoga, which is kind of like nowadays widely practiced, and it's kind of like very popular to lots of yoga interested people. So if you look at the Buddhist yoga, it goes really back, before the Hatha Yoga, the currently Hatha Yoga, such as the great yoga master Ramdev, what we call Ramdev, propagate this yoga, Hatha Yoga practice, which is like, I think, almost like, I guess, like 25 years almost. Before that, the yoga exists, both, of course, in Buddhism and in Hinduism, or in India, especially the Patanjali Yoga and so on. But however, this is not that open to the public. However, almost more than 25 years ago, then this yoga master Ramdev, who really started and dedicated to teach yoga to the public and make it available to the common people, which every day, morning, he practiced town to town, city to city, so on. So even when we look at this yoga, wow, this yoga that you find in India, and these kind of like yogas that we find is kind of like fascinating. But however, if you look at the Buddhist, if we do this research on the Buddhist yoga, actually it somehow go back really, time of the Buddha's teachings, and the treatises. We can find many of the yogas similar, like Hatha yogas, the poses, different poses of the body, and the breathings and so on. So maybe if I say that this Buddhist yoga is far better than the Indian, the currently that what we practice, maybe some of you may understand, or maybe some of you may not understand. But however, if we look at the Buddhist yoga, we really focus and aim this yoga. The benefit of this yoga is really not just a physical and the mental health. Rather, it is really transforming into the karmic wind to the wisdom wind, through the manipulating the subtle energies and the prana nadi and so on. So therefore, of course, this is a very unique and very profound yoga. However, now this time we are more about the health issues yogas. That what we're gonna share here is more about health issues, whereas the Buddhist yogas is connected with the Anuttara Yoga Tantras, where it requires empowerment, empowerment of the highest tantra, such as Vajrayogini, Chakra Samvara, He Vajra, Gala Chakra, etc. Because the Buddhist yoga here is the transformations. We need support from the different yidam, different maybe can say deities, but in fact different yidams. Support is very important here. So when the transformation takes place, we are so much used to have some concrete, physical, very obvious things, material things that we can see. So therefore, the transformation of the physical and the support of the yidams and the deities such as Vajrayoginis, Chakra Samvara, He Vajra, etc. are very, very important. Therefore, it kept very secret. Therefore, the Buddhist yoga is very secret. It's only given and after you practice under the 3 months retreat. So many practices are done. Then only you are allowed to practice or receive the teachings, so on. Therefore, it is being kept secretly. So, however, now here the yoga that we have yoga for the more about the open to the public, which both in Buddhism and the ancient Indian arts of the yogas are now more focus on physical health and mental health, so therefore it is kind of like open. The reason is that, so you shouldn't confuse why some yoga are open, why some yoga are not open, kept secret, and so on and so forth. The secrecy, the reason of this, first make it clear, yes. And because the many yogas, if you do not practice properly under the strict guidance, then instead of helping, it may also, because you are playing with a very, very powerful energy, vital energies. So this is not a joke, this is not a joke. This is a really, really, powerful things that you are playing, more powerful than the fire, more powerful than the weapons, and so on. So therefore, it's danger also. If you know how to use well, it's very beneficial, it's very powerful. Same thing, if you do not know, if you make mistake, it's also, danger. So therefore, one has to understand that that's the reason of the keeping secret, So now so with that, and now little bit about the yoga that if you look at now in Tibet, the great after the Guru Rinpoche or Guru Padma Sambhava came to Tibet, and then the great translator Lochen Berojana who also came to Tibet and then started to translate many things, and then during that many yoga's teachings are translated also. So therefore these many of the yogas that we find in Tibetan language or traditions are somehow the credit goes to the great translator Lochen Berojana as well. So then now with this little background of the yogas, now if you look at the yoga, the word of the yoga is definitely, of course, a Sanskrit word, yog, ati yog, ati yog. This is now, I think many of you have heard this. If you remember the 9 cycles of the old schools, from common person to start the journey from ordinary or the very beginning time to the Buddhahood stage, then here you find the Ati Yoga, right? So this Ati is also, the word comes from actually where Guru Rinpoche was born. So that place, that part of the place, Ati, Ati Yok. So Ati means original, innate nature, and that is the Ati, which would bring us, discover us, and lead us to that innate nature. That is now the Yok. Simple understanding, you can do that way. You can understand that way. Yes. So, but if you look at the direct understanding, simply the body movement. Yes, body movement and vital energy or movement of breath. So hair movement can give rise to many forms. So the movements serves to coordinate with guide of what we call is the breath, and another is the energy. Let's say breath or energy. I think the breath is not just a breath here. Here the breath refers more to the vital energy. Yes, vital energy. That is what it really meant here. And so yoga that is brought to Tibet and that is related with the, now the all schools such as Kagyu, Nyingma, Sakya, Gelu, all they do have this yoga. Yes, and so each of these schools, they practice with the yoga with the support of the different sort of like form of the yidams or deities. So this is now just a common understanding or just a common knowledge that what we have to have for the yoga that will help us to reach enlightenment like a Milarepa. Yes, that is for that purpose we need to understand that way. So now you look at the function of the yogas here is that the physical movement and the process are very important to the inner or subtler nature of the body. What we call is in English simply is channels. Yes, channels. So simply channels or nadis. Yes, in Sanskrit. So if we are not able to control the body, the coarse level of body, which corresponding to the subtler level is the channels. So we will not be able to control the energy. Yes, energy related with the all sort of emotions, all sort of bad and good moods, good mood, bad mood, good thoughts, bad thoughts. Lots of things depends on these inner vital energies. This is depends on the what? The nature of the channels or the body. Yes, and so when we're not able to control and control the both coarse level and the subtle level of body, it's more difficult for the energy and the yes, energy. So if we're not able to control the energies, yes, that is connected with all sort of the emotions on, then we are not able to control our mind. Mind now, the primary mind is like a king. Yes, so the sense of mind is dependent on the energy here. Energy depends on the body or the channels. Yes, mind depends on the energy or another maybe little grosser level, on the coarse level, you can say breath, yes, the air, wind, the more direct or more deeper understanding, then there's vital energies. So therefore, yoga balances these all aspect, body, all sort of level of body, coarse level, subtle level, and the air or the wind and the vital energy and the mind, So therefore, so for that, normally what we normally use for to clean, the cleansing, what we call very famous is cleansing, cleansing. So here the cleansing means the purifying. Yes. So we use the 9-cycle cleansing, 3-cycle cleansing, and then when it is prolonged the time, then one is out, focusing out. Another is in. Yes, out and in. You prolong that cleansing cycles for several minutes. Yes, several minutes, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, so on. So, but this is the long cycle of cleansing is like normally, very commonly, what we call is anulom vilom. Yes, anuloma viloma. Anuloma viloma. Anu means the inside the nose. There's a hairs, lots of hairs. Anu, lom, the air, the breath that goes through this down. Vilom means contrary, opposite way, inhaling. Out, anulom, viloma, inhaling. So simply that is the very basic of all the breath here. So now within these long, medium, short cleansing. So if you look at the benefits of this as practitioners, like not only the Buddhist practitioners, it's for the ordinary practitioners, those who are simply nothing to do with the religion, nothing to do with the Buddhist practice, Hindu practice, simply for the good health, the benefit of health. Also, this is very important. We meditate that simply that our body is empty. That will help us to reduce lots of problems related with the health. When we meditate, the body is empty. The kidney and the intestine and lots of all these, whatever we think, these are concrete, solid, that where we have, I have this problem, that problem, always repeating in our brain and the and the thoughts. These are one of the problem, one of the cause of our health issues also. When we think opposite to that, the body is hollow, empty, like that way. It's kind of like repetition of these meditation would reduce immensely that this problem, that problem, what we feel, what we have fear, So therefore, this itself is very powerful meditations. And after that, once we have meditated, then next was that the central channels and the right channels, left channels, the 3 channels that we meditate. Yes, the central channels in the blue colors and the right channels, Roma is called Roma. Roma connected to the solar energy. The left, Kyangma, connected to the lunar energy. So some yogas, they say, for the male and female, opposite. For the male, the Roma, the red, and the solar energy is right, whereas female, it is at the left. Same thing for the Kyangma, for the female, left, for the male, left, and female to the right. So these are a little bit different. Yoga says a little differently. But however, the important is that we have these three. These three, where they are, is not that important, But important is to meditate these three within our, this body. So, the important here, why this is important is because this is now the, so important that we have to meditate these 3 channels, because the central channels, right and left is does not matter where are they actually so much, because in a way that I will tell later about that. But now the here important here is the central channels symbolize, the neutral. If you look at the energy wise, central channel is neutral, right? The Roma or the red color channel is solar, left is lunar, is energy wise. Then if you look at the emotion wise, the three poisons is anger, desire, ignorance. Yes, anger, desire, ignorance. The three poisons. What we talk about three poisons is now very important in these the health related issues in common benefit. And if you look more deeper, then these are the true or ultimate cause of all the sicknesses, all the disease, all the problems that we experience. You see, therefore the three channels, symbolize the three emotions or three poisons. Poisons. Now, when I say poisons, you have to understand as a Sutrayana way or a common sort of like common to all the Buddhism, because poisons, these poisons, what we call poisons, hatred, anger, ignorance, delusions, they can be the cause to many problems, many sufferings. Therefore, it is called poisons. Poisons kills us. Poisons can take our life. Therefore, this is called poisons. But it is not always poisons as poisons. Why? Because when with the Vajrayana and with the meditation of higher tantric meditations, these poisons become the good energy. These can be the same power, and this can be the energy, can transform. So that moment is not poison anymore. So the transformation, when you think about transformations with the great skillful methods and the pranjana wisdoms, that time the poison does not remain as poisons permanently. Rather, that energy, that power transform for the better things. So this is a very interesting here. So however, at the moment we go through the poisons, when it is not able to get the help of the skillful methods like Vajrayana teachings and the meditation practice, these are poisons. No questions, no doubt, no confusions. But when the methods of Vajrayana is applied here, the poison does not remain in poisons, it transforms. It becomes very, very helpful power, helpful energy for the transformations. So now, together with these three poisons, now you can see that three channels. If you now depends on the different meditations or different yogas, now these three poisons or these three destructive emotions, such as hatred, anger to the red channels related to the solar energy is that is if you look at the emotion wise, the destructive emotions of anger is related to these channels, and the left channels, the white color, the Kyangma, is that now they say it's a desire or the attachment part of the destructive emotions, and the center is ignorance or the delusions. However, sometimes these two can be changed also. Sometimes some yogas you will find ignorance as the white, the Gyangma, and the center is desire. However, this is not, as I said earlier also, that is not that important. Important is these three channels symbolize these three destructive emotions. Yes. So because of these three defilements and these three destructive emotions, now look at now the health related. All sort of sicknesses in ancient healing science of Tibetan healing science or medicine Buddhist tantras, all sort of sicknesses, yes, all the different sort of thousands of sicknesses are gathered into three, humors: bile, wind, flame. So anger, because of anger, our bile get disturbed. The bile somehow increase so much. So lots of sicknesses, about 30 to 35 sicknesses are related with the biles. And because of the desire or attachment, is then the imbalance of the what you call the wind, lung. Lots of sicknesses related with the lung, more than 35 again. And then third one, ignorance. Ignorance is related with the flame. So again, lots of sicknesses because of imbalance of flame. So if you look at the ancient science of healing, arts of healing, these are the three root cause of all the sicknesses, all sicknesses. And these are due to what? These are due to the three, destructive emotions, the poisons: anger, ignorance or delusion, and attachment, yes, desire. So this is now the relation, the three channels, yes. And then if you look at the element wise, three channels, the red channels and the right channels or red channels, fire, and the center is wind, and left, the right one is water and earth. Yes. So these three channels, when you meditate here, so then the cleansing of the breath is done from these channels. Yes, these channels. Now we do the simplest, easiest, and then cleansing purpose. So the body, of course, we talk about the 7th posture of Vairocana. If you can be seated on the 7th posture of Vairocana, this is the best, of course. But such as like a leg, crossed legged, and then keep the spine straight. Number 2, and clasp the hand in the Vajra fist, yes, and with the thumb pressing against the root of the ring fingers, yes, and other fingers are wrapping around the thumb, and the index finger remain extended. Press the back of the fist firmly into the both groins, and then touch the tongue to the roof of the mouth, and then straighten the arms, lift shoulder, yes, like a folded eagle's wing, and tuck the chin slightly like a swan. And all these have also reasons. It's not just like saying. So since now you're training, it is very important also, if possible, to sit in the 7th posture. So by sitting Vajra pose, the Vajra 7th Vajra posture, or first the crossed leg, yes, sit crossed leg, balance the descending wind. We have how many winds? We talk about another, the 10 winds. 10 winds, make it simple, the 5 winds. Yes. First the descending winds, balances by sitting the lotus posture, vajra posture of the leg, crossed leg. Yes. And keep the spine straight. Fire accompanying wind, fire accompanying wind. We will have later about this wind also. This wind, depending on the chakras where it remains, so on. And then the hand, clubs, hand, the vajra piece, this, and it balances the descending wind, and then the tongue touching up for a part, which balance the life-sustaining wind, and then arm lifting like a shoulder, like a eagle wings, balance the all-pervasive wind, yes, and chin like tuck the chin slightly like a swan, balance the extending wind, and then gaze the tip of the nose into the space in front of you or the nose, balance the life-sustaining wind. So these are the 7 posture, which is very much recommended to control these winds. These are very important vital energy point of the winds. So wind does not mean just a breath only here. Yes, these are the most 5 root winds. So with this sitting posture is the best. If not, of course, in the beginner level or beginning time, we can sit whatever you feel comfortable is, and then at least the back strength, spine must be straight. Yes, and then now, for example, there in fact for the cleansing purpose, we have simply the right block. From left, you exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Now the exhale, inhale here is, we do all the time exhale, inhale. Exhalation, inhale, we do all the time. But now here is how to exhale, inhale. That's the point, So different kind of yogas talk different benefits of how fast, how slow, and how smooth, and so on. Yes. However, now the common way is very slow, gentle, and long. You start with this. So you can have support of this. At the same time, you exhale. At the same time, one hand supports you where the breath goes. Long out. Then in. Long in. Then block the nostril, right? And then from left, then again. So with the support of hand, again in, long. Then change. Then change. That is just continue like that for 1 minute to 5 to 10 to 15. That is one way of cleansing, Same purpose, but little different way. Especially in Vajrayana Buddhist practitioners, what we do is first cleansing. Also, there's a different, styles with this way or with, this way of cleansing. The posture are slightly different, but that's not very important. Important is that first breath, when you block, is very gentle, no sound at all. Same thing, you don't change. Inhale, don't change. Second breath, with little noise. Yes, with little noise that you can hear the breath by yourself. Little noise, long, and then in. Second, still don't change, don't alternate. Just one, yes, same, you block. Then third one, with full force, with full force, even there are some kind of blockage whatsoever there, should come out at the same time. Like with full force. Of course, the sound is there, or even with the full force, all come out. 3 times like that. Then after that, change, alternate. Then again, same. First, no sound, very slow, gentle. And in, gentle, long. Second, little more force with sound, but not full force. Little, yes, with sound. Inhale. Now third time, full force. Now right and left completed. Now from both nostril, yes, from both nostril. So first, no sound, yes, gentle. In. Now with little sound, not too much, not full force, little sound. Inhale. Now with full force, yes, with sound in full force. This is another way of cleansing. Now, another way of cleansing is, yes, you block one nostril with no sound, just gentle, out, gentle in, gentle out, no force, no sound again, yes. Same 3 times, very smooth, gentle. 2 out. Second time in. Third time out. Again, gentle, no sound. In. 3 times finish. Now change. Now 3 times little sound. Okay? Little force, little sound. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. So medium, yes, 3 times finish. Now with both nostrils, 3 times with full force, with sound. Yes. So these all are for cleansing. So all sort of disturbing thoughts, difficult whatsoever in your brain, mind, tension, depressions, and worries, anxieties, so on. When you do this for few minutes, few times, you can see the effect immediately. Calm. Then you feel relaxed, free from tension and worries, anxieties. So this is very recommended, especially for the meditator. When you start practice, it's very helpful. It is very recommended. Yes, and for the health purpose, of course, this is one of the most powerful benefit that we can get immediately. So that balance the kidney, gives stability to the spine, strengthens the urinary bladder, reproductive organs, balance the phlegm humors, so that this kind of how should you say, benefit you can get, especially in the Tibetan medical science and with medicine Buddhist Tantra, we find the small piece of thick cartilage of the external ear in front of the ear canals is associated with the memories. When you do these, all sort of these faculties, ears, eyes, nose, all these, somehow reproduce, restore and reproduce all the energy, refreshed, enhance memory, enhance all sort of the benefits that we get. So this is a very simple yet powerful exercise for the cleansing purpose. So with this, we have, I think, finished our time for today. So I will continue more for the next Sunday. Yes, we will have more about this, and we'll continue. So those who are joining the programs from this St. Petersburg University, this is very good health boosting your good health, and especially those 3 years 3 months program students. This is very important for your Six Nara Yoga practice later on. So try to keep this precious and the powerful vital energy practice. Okay, so until next time,